I'm Dave Graveline. We're coming to you from Las Vegas this week and Autodesk University. Our next guest offers an exciting education platform to learn about areas rich with career opportunities in robotics. Certainly getting a lot of attention, and especially here at Autodesk University. He is the Senior Director for Education and Competition. I like that title. With Vex Robotics, part of Innovation First. Jason Morella. Jason, welcome into Tomorrow. How you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks for inviting me.
It's a pleasure, especially when we learn we can talk about robotics. That's something that a lot of design professionals are getting more and more into, appropriately so, and that's got to be good for you guys like you.
Yeah.
And give me a little bit of background, first of all, on Vex Robotics, what you guys are trying to do in classrooms, and especially that whole part about competition.
Right. Yeah, I come from a teaching background myself, and Vex was designed and created to basically be the classroom solution for something that could be accessible and affordable for classrooms to adopt and for schools to adopt. And robotics is really the carrot at the end of the stick. It's what gets kids engaged. It gets them excited. And previously it was really hard for teachers to get the students to be interested in learning, to want to learn, and that's really what robotics does. Robotics is the carrot that gets the kids to want to come to school. I can't tell you how many teachers we've worked with that tell us that they have to kick the kids out of the classroom at the end of the day, that the students want to come back in lunch, they want to come back after school.
How encouraging is that for a student, for a teacher to be able to say, I can't get rid of them. They just keep wanting to soak it up.
Exactly. So that was the impetus for Vex, was to create something that could basically create that demand in the students to want to learn.
And apparently it's working already.
It's doing great. Yeah.
And now when we talk about robotics, give us an idea as to the kinds of robotics. We're not talking about, this mechanical thing with two legs that walks around and serves us coffee necessarily, but perhaps in manufacturing, in construction, in what facets and fields are we dealing with most?
Right. Well, what we've done is create a robot, and that is, they can design in the classroom, and it's a kit, and it isn't a set single robot. It isn't something like you see at a toy store where you build the picture on the box. It's a design system. So it's kind of like back in our generation, the old kits that you could design anything.
Yeah.
The whole electronics boards out of. And with
maybe
this,
you make a radio, maybe you make something else, maybe you make a set of LED lights or a sign, but you had all these tools available to you. Go forth and do what you want.
Exactly. We wanted to take that to the next level. So we've created the competition side, which the kids are building robots that, as far as they're concerned, they're playing a sport. They're playing a 2-on-2 basketball, football, hockey. What we want them to take out of that is the iterative process to design solutions to any problem. And that's the whole goal of this, is to teach kids STEM fields and what they can learn in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, how that applies to the real workforce and the jobs that are going to be available to them.
So that's what STEM, I'm hearing that term a lot. It's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Exactly.
Certainly something that the U.S. has been known to be lagging behind in terms of competition with other countries. So if this is a way that's getting the students' attention and we're increasing those STEM subjects, what a great thing. We need to do more of this.
Well, part of what gets lost in our education system is everybody knows the bookends, science and math. Engineering and technology kind of get lost in the equation, and robotics and companies like Autodesk are the ones showing the students where those fields are, that it's engineering and technology that are going to solve all the problems that we're facing. The cost of healthcare, climate control, terrorism and security. These are all technological issues that engineers and technology are going to solve. And that's where the software comes in, and that's where robotics comes in, is to get kids excited about becoming a part of that solution.
I'm wondering about what specific Autodesk software, for example, and learning materials that are made available to these students, how is that helping energize them even more in terms of robotics?
One of the boundaries that we saw teachers having with robotics was it was a little bit overwhelming. It was intimidating. They would think, hey, I can't teach robotics. I'm not a NASA engineer. The software might be a little scary to them. Autodesk created a curriculum just for the Vex Robotics kit that's based on Inventor. And it's been phenomenal because it helps students and it helps the teachers basically learn that the design software can show them the flaws in their design before they build the robot. And when we see students that are using 3D modeling from Inventor and they see that applied and it fixes their robot for them before they've built it, they're amazed. That is powerful stuff. So we've gotten great feedback on how the software is helping the students and the teachers accomplish the goals.
And I would imagine it is so encouraging for the students to then become such a part of those goals, and to be able to say, yeah, I've got something good here, but I need to tweak it a little bit, and now it's going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And they see their solutions actually work, and that's new for students. They actually see that what they're learning immediately works, and they see that these are real careers that they can go into when they're out of school. So it's really empowering, and it gets the kids excited about learning, and that's the challenge nowadays. Create the demand in the students, and companies like Autodesk and platforms like Robotics and Vex Robotics are doing that.
Terrific. Jason, thanks for joining us here at Autodesk University. Good stuff. And we invite our audience, of course, to visit their site and see the kinds of things that Jason and his team are working on. And especially if you're a student or a teacher for that matter, or a parent of one that you want to get involved, visit Vex Robotics, VEX Robotics.com. Of course, we'll have a link. Just hit us up at intotomorrow.com. We'll have the link for Jason and all of our guests here from Autodesk University. We're back with more. I'm Dave Graveline. This is Into Tomorrow on the Advanced Media Network.